Welcome to Bell Brothers Brewing,
Engineers talking about beers.
Today we're doing a beer review, but with a twist.
Twist is, we're going to make it a challenge. So we've got a number of beers we're going to go through today. He and I are not going to know what beer we're tasting. We're just going to drink it, review it, and then guess of the list that we have which one we think it is.
And we're going to give it a value between 0 and 10. And that's based on our personal opinion. And at the end, we're going to total the value of the beer for each one. And we're going to give you a scoreboard of what the Bell Brothers' favorite American Pale Ale out of our selection was. So what is an American Pale Ale?
So it's a hoppy, light, crisp, refreshing style beer. It usually uses modern American or New World hops, which means Australia, New Zealand, or American hops. It's going to be less bitter than an IPA. It's a little more accessible for people who aren't into super bitter beers. It's more about the hop flavor, less about the bitterness. But it's a good warm summer, well, not warm beer, no warm beers here. It's a good refreshing summer beer.
So to begin with, we've got Breckenridge Mango Mosaic,
We have Full Sail's Atomizer,
Horse and Dragon Zest of Both Worlds,
Odell's 5-Barrel,
Oscar Blues Dale's Pale Ale,
Red Leg's Sun-Dipped Double Dry Hop Tropical Pale Ale.
and Sierra Nevada's 40th Anniversary Pale Ale.
First up we have this. We don't know what it is.
First off, I'm looking at it. It's kind of light, so there's like not as many dark malts in this one. I'm already picking up a huge amount of those aromatics as far as like hoppy characteristics.
Leaning more into the citrusy range.
Honey.
There might be some other hop in there. I wouldn't say it's straight Cascade Citra. It's not straight citrus. There's some other hop aroma going on here.
Wow, really bitter. Maybe this is a jump from like no drinking to all drinking all of a sudden, but yeah, it's very bitter. I'll have to go back for a couple different tastes on that one.
Yeah, pretty bitter. Not a ton of flavor, honestly.
It's just not punchy as far as
Yeah.
So typical American Pale Ale, right? It was talking about having that backbone, that kind of support to the hop. I don't think this one has the hop support. The malts are not strong enough in this one. Personally, I think it just needs a little bit more, or back off the hops a little bit.
Yeah, I think the easiest way to back off the hops, because the malt
Probably.
base here is smooth. It's a nice medium body. It's a smooth, easy drinker. But then you hit the hops and it's like very, very bitter.
Yeah,
Or not very, very
if
bitter.
you said-
I wouldn't. It's on the low end of a true IPA. But
Yeah,
it's
that's what
a
I'm
little too high for a pale ale.
If you said IPA, I'd been like, yeah, okay, it's pale or it's an IPA. You know, that's like I'd believe that one.
It's a low end IPA, but too far out of the range of a
Right. So
American Pale.
which one? So what are you gonna grade this one
4-ish.
at?
It's not horrible, but if you told me this is a pale ale, I'd be a little upset.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, someone told me this is a pale ale. I'm a little upset.
I was personally thinking a 3,
Okay.
because it doesn't meet the requirements. It doesn't have the flavor that I want.
Yeah, and it's not super enjoyable. It's
No, a little strong.
it's just bitter. Like that's all there is. There's not a lot of flavor. I like bitter beers, but I like bitter beers that are bitter because they're pushing all this flavor and interesting stuff.
The
And this
hop flavor is not there.
yeah, there's no flavor. It's just
Yeah.
bitter.
All right, so 1, 2, 3.
Sierra
Horse and
Nevada.
Dragon. Unless you tasted them without me.
Nope, I didn't touch a
Okay.
single one of these to make sure it was nice.
Although
and fair.
I think you may be right on that one. The Sierra Nevada, because
It just tastes somewhat like a weird version of a Sierra Nevada.
I could see that.
Like, because even like a
I
base.
want to take back my vote now on Sierra Nevada.
Do that. All right, next up we have another pale ale.
Ta-da! This one's got, I think, more color.
A little more color.
More.
It's a little
Hazy.
hint hazy, but I don't think it's supposed to be hazy. None of the ones that I bought, I think, were supposed to be hazy.
Yellow.
What you smelling?
Yeah, no. Tropical fruit. I think I'm picking maybe something else, a little more than the hop. A little more, no, not the traditional 3 C's of the American Cascade, Centennial, Citra. I'm picking up just a little bit more of a fruitiness to it.
Yeah,
in
look at
that
that
smell.
little. Maybe not. I wouldn't call it mango. Maybe papaya.
papaya, the mosaic.
Papaya and pineapple?
Yeah, are we hitting towards what I'm thinking we're hitting towards? I'm thinking tropical at this point in time. It tastes more tropical. Definitely more complex. This one has really good depth of flavor to it, where like you can enjoy and taste the hop character, the taste of that. It's not just overwhelmingly bitter.
Yeah, and it's got a lot of hop flavor, like a lot, which leads me more towards that double dry hopped, because that's really a good way to get a lot of hop flavor and aroma without making it overly bitter, because this is very smooth. The last one was very bitter. Definitely fits well into that category when you're looking for an American Pale Ale.
Yeah.
It's hoppy and it's a little bitter. It's nice and refreshing, but it's not bitter.
Right? Yeah.
So on a count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Red Leg.
One, because it tastes like red leg. It screams red leg. Like as soon as I taste it, I was like, that tastes. What used
Like
to be
a Red
called
Leg style.
the Doolittle. I like this one. This
So we
is
got to
good.
do a rating here. I'm gonna go 7. I think.
7?
7.
I think the dry hoppiness, while it adds a lot of bit of the character to it, I think it hits a little too hard against what I would consider like that drinkability, that smashability of a pale ale. So while I really enjoy this and I like Red Leg's aspect of that, I'm gonna go. You know what? Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, a 7's about the right category.
It's pretty good. It's the dry hopping might have made it a little vegetal. There's a slight leaf-like flavor.
right. Maybe too much.
Yeah,
maybe too
little-
much dry hop.
A little too much dry hop, possibly. But otherwise, the malt character is nice. There's not a lot of malt flavor, but it's just enough to balance the hops so you get a nice, smooth drink with good hop flavor, which is exactly what you want in a pale ale.
Right. And if you're a hophead, you would love this to death, right? This is everything hops in one shot. Way character, good bitterness, good balance. It's just like I said to me, like drinkability, smashability. It's just one step too far, I think.
It is bitter, but not overly bitter. But if you told me this was an IPA, it's nowhere near bitter enough.
No, it's not. There's lots of hop character. I like it.
So next up we have this. A little bit of head, nice and clear, bright straw to, yeah, let's say a nice straw color.
I actually pick up a little bit more of the graininess, maybe, or is it like a grassy
Yeah, it's a
aroma
little
to
grassy.
that? Something
A
like
little grassy,
that.
almost like a Pilsner, sort of grassy.
Yeah,
Pilsner
there's a little like a Pilsner malt to that, which I think is going to hint towards more of that like malt character, I hope, in the flavor itself, which is really cool, I think. I'm not picking up quite as much
Not a
hop.
ton of aromatic here, no.
Yeah, not the hops are really like shining through on that one.
You can get that little bit of grassy malt flavor. The mouthfeel is velvety, almost. It's
Yeah, that's a really pleasurable
yeah.
mouth. Like I like drinking that. I mean, it's very
feels nice.
smooth. Yeah, it feels good on the palate. That's an enjoyable piece
very
to
smooth.
it. It doesn't bite. The bitterness doesn't like.
Yeah, it's
tone
actually
it.
a little under bitter, I would say. It's,
Yeah, I think maybe the aroma kind of hinted towards that the malt backbone to this is going to be a lot stronger than what we've had thus far, and where the actual hops have come down pretty significantly.
Yeah. Hop flavor. What are you getting hop flavor wise?
Man, yeah,
I'm struggling to taste it right now.
it's real difficult. Maybe like a German Noble. I mean, in the sense of like it's almost pure. Maybe a little Citra. I mean, a little bit of citrus maybe kind of
just
coming
Cascade,
through.
like
Cascade,
a lightly
just
done Cascade, because it's not. It's citrusy, but it's not aggressive,
right.
which leads me towards Cascade. Because Citra and Centennial are a bit more aggressive than a Cascade hop. Orangey, a little bit of grapefruity peels,
Yeah,
flavor.
it's not hitting like pine or resin. It's not hitting like super strong Citra. Because if you use Citra, I would expect it to be more bitter.
Yeah,
because,
more bitter.
Because the alpha
It's got a
acids
lot
on
of alpha,
Citra is just
yeah.
like, whoa, you know.
You've got a fair amount of alpha acid in Citra, so I'd expect more bitterness. And the
Right.
bitterness is very restrained. Almost, I would say this is bottom end of the range.
Yeah, this is
at least the perceived bitterness. 'Cause
Well,
who
yeah,
knows where
right.
it could actually
Yeah.
be. But
Which
based
I'm
off the color and the malt flavors we're getting, it's on the low end because I'm
Yeah.
not getting a lot of toffees or caramels or anything that would cover up your bitterness.
So 30 to 50 IBUs is your typical APA. Perceived on this one is probably in the closer to 30, right? Calculated might be a different ball of wax. But I think, yeah, this is all over.
This almost reminds me of a Pilsner in the sense that if you swap the hop to a German Noble, you could pass this off as a Pilsner.
So, grading, what do you think? Numerically? You want me to go first rather than like me tagging off of you
Sure,
all
you
of
go
a
ahead.
sudden?
You can do the grading first. What do you got?
Alright, so for like my enjoyability, I certainly don't mind drinking this. I'm gonna give it a 6. Because it's not a pale ale by my definition. It's on the lower end. I'd expect a little more bitterness. The hop or the malt character is a little stronger. It's drinkable, it's smashable. I just don't get enough of the hop character.
Yeah, I agree with you. 6 was where I was looking. For pretty much all the same reasons, so why state it all again? Big answer is not enough hop. It's not quite bitter enough, and it doesn't quite have enough hop flavor.
If I was going to fix this, what I would do is I would take the same malt backbone that you've got right now and maybe just add like just a little bit more hop.
Just throw in like a flame out hop.
Yeah,
That'd
a
be
flame
perfect.
out.
Like a nice
Right.
whirl hop
You
would
really
really bring in that flavor without getting it too bitter.
Exactly. Something in the flavor aroma characteristic where you're going to pump it up a little bit, but not enough that it's just like way off the top of that last one. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Full
Dale's.
Sail. He's wrong. I know what Dale's tastes like. This ain't Dale's.
The other one I was thinking was Odell, because Odell does more malty beers than hoppy
Yeah, but
beers.
5 barrel? Is it a barrel aged pale ale?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe I was wrong.
Odell is a lot smarter than a barrel-aged pale ale.
We have the next one. This one, I think it's got more. It's like a darker color to it. Personally, it's got some like tones to it.
It's got a
Like
copperiness.
a copper red
It's got a coppery
kind of
sort of color.
aspect.
It's very clear though.
Yeah, good
Incredibly clear.
clarity.
So,
Which might be more of like a commercial grade, kind of high quality.
commercial,
on that
well
one.
filtered, a little lacing.
Aromatics are a little light. I'm not picking up so much.
I'm getting
there's
a little grapefruity.
Yeah,
Grapefruity orange.
The hops are real light. I mean, it's a very light smell. You really got to get into it in order to pick it up. It's not something like that first one, right? Where it's like you could pick it up from here, you know. So the hop aroma, even the malt aroma on this one is really light. I think the aromatics are just not quite kicking on this.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Bitterness is at a good level. There's a fair amount of malt flavor. I'm gonna say toasty. There's a toasty malt.
There
flavor.
is a good malt backbone to this one. I like it in the sense that you get some bitterness to it. There's the toasty, crackery kind
like
of
a
flavors
toasty,
to
crackery
it.
sort of flavor.
But I'm not picking up like the hop flavor.
No,
out of
there's
it.
hop bitterness and a toasty malt flavor that balances well, but it's like a more bitter amber or it's like a bitter amber ale.
It's a bitter amber ale. That's a great way to describe this one.
It's lacking the hop character that I would want out of a pale ale.
I would take the same backbone and I would add just a little bit more of that flame out, right?
Yeah.
Just to kind of give it
Another
that
whirl of
flair
flame out
where
hop.
you could taste it and smell it just a little bit more.
More flavor,
And just-
more aroma.
and give that sing to say, hey, this is a pale ale, right?
Yeah, because the bitterness is just right. This
Oh,
is, I want to say, right down the center of the bitterness
Perfect.
range because
Yeah.
it's nice and bitter, but not too bitter. You can taste the malt backbone and a little crackery, a little bready. So this is real close. It's just really lacking the hop character that really makes a pale ale a pale ale. I would rank this one a 5, right in the middle. It's right in the middle.
I'm going to bump this one up. I'm going to hit a 6.
Okay.
I think because it still has a good backbone. I like the malt character to it. It's got that backbone. I think it's just in the execution just slightly off, right?
3, 2, 1.
Odell. This tastes like a 90 shilling with
That
less
tastes like
hops.
Odell straight up down the road all day long.
Next up we have this.
Way paler.
Yeah,
I mean,
very pale by comparison to the
it's
previous.
golden to yellow, pale yellow kind of color
I
to
call
it.
it pale straw.
I would say, yeah, pale
Pale
straw.
straw. I think pale straw is the word for
It
this.
really, I mean, if
Get
the
in
last
front of
one,
there.
right there.
Oh yeah, now you can see
Bam.
it.
That's nice
Yeah,
and clear.
if you could tell that the last one had more malt character to it, this one has way less malt character just on the vision itself.
Yeah, visually I'm expecting a lot less malt characters.
Holy crap, though. So the aroma gives it away immediately.
So Cody, smell it, and then we're gonna guess what this is.
One more sniff, please.
Right? Without even tasting it, you can pick up which one
All
it
right,
is.
so boys, 3, 2, 1. What is it?
Mango mosaic. Yep, that's pretty
Yeah,
clear. You got
straight up.
mango and a hint of mud.
What's the hint of mud, Cody?
The mosaic. But the aroma, I mean,
Yeah.
you can smell the mango mosaic.
And
on
the
it.
flavor actually reinforces it a bit. Not quite the sweetness of a mango. It's got the mango peel. I think it tastes like someone put mango peels in this.
Right. Yeah, it tastes like it, right? And which is what I kind of figured when we were talking about doing pale ales, and there was going to be a fruit in there. It's like the fruit's going to give it away.
It's very specifically mango. I wish it was more mango flesh. This really, really tastes like a mango peel to me. It does not have that nice sweet.
Yeah, but you're not going to get the sweet though. It's a pale ale. I would say I mean, you can pick up the flavor, right? No doubt. The Mosaic, I think, because of the muddiness of the hop aspect, I think it helps to block the taste buds from the hop taste and really lets the mango shine through. So, billing wise,
it is mango mosaic. Like, it fits what it's written on the label. Should be mango peel mosaic, but
just for a note, we're just assuming that they were right because the producer hasn't said one way or another, and we're just guessing and going with it.
I actually don't love this.
Yeah?
No.
What would you rank it?
4. I don't love this. It's weedy and mango peely, and I'm not loving the mosaic hop. Like, the malt to bitterness ratio is good. It's that nice balance. Like, you can sip it, and it's not overly bitter. It's not overly malty.
No.
But the hop flavors and the fruit flavor of the mango just
Not
doesn't work
doing
for me. This tastes like somebody put the dregs together. It was like, here, have a beer.
Oh, yeah? You see, I'm going to have to disagree. I'm going to have to go in the other direction. I'm going to give it an 8.
That's the nature of beer. It is subjective.
It is very drinkable. The Mosaic choice of hop, while the Bell Brothers don't typically like the Mosaic hop, I think it blocks out any hop flavor on that because they want the mango to shine through.
Time for the next beer, and we've got
Still same kind of light gold. Oh, it's a little more hazy.
good head, a little bit of lacing, but not a lot. Surprise, surprise. Pale ale with medium body.
Ooh, but the aroma on that one really got some like interesting complex hops on that. I think I like that.
We may have been wrong about our previous guess of the double dry hop tropical there.
Yeah,
at least in my opinion.
Is that what you're going towards?
If you told me this was double dry hopped, I believe you because it's got so much aroma. Like,
I mean, yeah,
you
and
can just
tropical,
smell it, and it's
tropical makes
and-
sense. It is really pleasing to the palate, to
your nose. Yeah, it smells nice.
It's really nice.
Flavor wise, it's a bit bitter for a pale ale. This is definitely pushing an IPA, I think, in flavor because you're not getting any malt backbone.
No,
There's no malt flavor at all.
None whatsoever.
Flavor wise, it does follow up on the tropical flavors. Are you getting a hint of astringency?
There is a stringency to it.
It's a little drying.
It saps the palate pretty quickly. There's a little bit of like a harsh bite to it. It doesn't balance what I would consider a pale ale to have on that one.
This is in the bitterness range of an IPA, and it's a hint astringent.
God, I hope it's not Red Lake. If I was gonna grade this one, honestly, as far as enjoyability and smashability, like what I would consider a pale ale and what my drinkable on this one, I almost gotta give it a 3.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's a little astringent. I'm not loving drinking it.
It's hard to drink.
Yeah, it's got good hop flavor, but it's the astringency. Like, that hint of astringency we're talking about just kind of kills it right at the end. You're like, sip, you're like, oh yes, hops, ooh.
It blasts the palate.
Yeah,
it just overrides everything.
It scours, that's the right word. It scours your palate, right? You're like, hop flavors, and then someone just took a sponge and was like, just scrubbed all the flavor off your tongue.
There's not enough, I think, malt body.
Yeah.
If they could bring up some more malt sweetness or bring up like some like toasty or cracker or roasty, I mean, something with the malt body.
I think a little bit of toasted bread would be the perfect thing to back off that astringency. Give you like a toasted bread into your nice tropical fruit flavors, and I think that would work real well.
3, 2, 1.
Horse and
Full
Dragon.
sale.
I haven't chosen Oscar Blues or Sierra Nevada.
Nope, you have not.
Either one of those. That's not good.
Nope. You are either... You're clearly wrong. Visual. Clear.
Little hazy.
Gold again. Yeah.
Gold.
It's less hazy. And I would
see
call it
stuff
gold.
cruising around in there.
Yeah, there's a little of that hop oil, I would call it. A little hop oil.
Not particulates. I see actual particulates.
Okay.
I'm hoping actual hops, which is like a good sign for like a
Nice,
a little extra
flavorful,
pump. Yeah. Aromatics, very much in the citrusy kind of tropical character. Yeah, I mean, I'm
very
playing well.
citrusy.
I like that's very pleasing, honestly, from the aroma by itself. I'm looking forward to drinking this one. It smells right. I mean,
smells
from a pale ale.
orangey, like orange juice.
Yeah.
It's like a nice orange juice. What you tasting?
It doesn't follow up on the tropical kind of orangey. I think it still goes citrus.
It is
It's
citrusy.
very bitter.
I would not call this tropical at all. I
No.
mean, I didn't smell anything tropical.
Oh, you didn't?
Personally, no. I didn't smell any tropical. I smelled orange,
Orange.
and
Yeah.
a hint of grapefruit,
Maybe
but
more
mostly
like
orange.
flesh of orange. Like
Yeah,
it's not like the
orange
rind
juice.
kind of smell. It's just it's
Orange
got the
juicy.
fruity. Yeah.
Flavor-wise, it is more orange and grapefruit.
Yeah. It
More
does.
grapefruity. This strikes me as the traditional triple C Citrus Centennial Cascade style. Bitterness level is good, I would say.
It's a little strong. I mean, I'm putting that one closer to the 50, right? Like it's on the higher end of bitterness.
I could agree with that. It's a little more towards a 50 IBUs. So
It's
it's
not-
a little more bitter, but it's not too bitter.
I don't think it's outside of characteristic.
No, I think this is right. The malt flavor is very restrained. I'm not getting a lot of malt
Yeah.
flavor, but it's just enough that like just smooth malt sweetness to back up the flavor of the hop. No astringency. I would say it's pretty smooth.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. So I think they brewed it well. I think there's balance in there. I think it's definitely on the higher end of the pale ale range. I would like to see a little bit more maltiness to it, or at least malt flavors.
I don't
Not
know.
sweetness, but
I
malt
think
flavors.
this is meeting that. This is meeting that level that I would like for a pale ale.
Yeah.
It's like you can add more malt flavor depending on your hops, but I think if you're going to do a classic Citrus Centennial Cascade style pale ale, you don't want a ton of malt flavor.
Gotcha.
Because grapefruit doesn't mix with anything else. Grapefruit is grapefruit. You can't mix grapefruit with something else. It doesn't quite work.
Unless you got copper kettles, chocolate,
Unless you got
style,
Mexican
chocolate
style
stout.
chocolate
and then grapefruit mix as well.
I think grapefruit mixes. But in this case, I think just letting the hops be the main key and kind of toning down your malt and just saying, all right, we got enough malt sweetness to support our hop
Right.
load, but that's it. We're not looking for a lot of malt flavor. I think they did a good job here. I would give this one an 8. I think this is probably my favorite of the day.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
like this one the most,
I think
huh?
this is my best.
I'm going to give this one a 6. I think it's better than average. I think it's still got, it's very good.
I think it's more due to you don't love the citrusy hop, or you like tropical,
Yes.
you like malt forward beers,
I like a lot of malt forward beers.
but when it comes to hoppy, you prefer tropical.
I mean, I'm also the oddball who enjoys the
Belgian IPAs,
Belgian,
you freak
yeah,
of nature.
the Belgian IPAs,
That
and,
is
and
disgusting.
I like the yeasty flavors that kind of play off of the really cool hops.
Hop flavor.
3, 2, 1.
Zest of
Nevada.
both worlds.
Beer 1. And it was Sierra Nevada's 40th anniversary. So Cody gets the point.
Yeah, after I thought about it for a while, that was Sierra Nevada.
It had their
tasted-
fingerprint. It
yeah.
tasted like a Sierra Nevada.
All right. Beer 2. And it was, in fact, Horse and Dragon's Zest of Both Worlds.
What? Well, oops.
I mean, apparently, Zest of Both Worlds hits it well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was good. We liked it. We graded it high. I thought it was tasty. So, yeah, Horse and Dragons, great job.
Yeah. And it's tropically.
Yeah, I mean, that's good, strong tropical pale ale right there.
Yep.
Beer 3. And it was actually Odell's 5-barrel pale ale.
Oh,
Another whoops.
okay.
Beer 4. And I found this funny as shit because Curtis swore up and down he would know when we hit this beer, which he never actually guessed. This was, in fact, Oscar Blue's Dale's Pale Ale.
Yeah.
Whoops.
It turns out that Dale's Pale Ale tastes completely different with grapefruit and lemonade.
Because it tastes like a slightly hoppy amber ale. Which I guess makes sense for a mass market E-style beer.
All right, beer 5. This one, both of you guessed Breckenridge's Mango Mosaic Pale Ale. This was Curtis's highest score of the day. And you were right!
Oh,
So-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, we got one. We got one.
So Curtis is at 1 and Cody is at 2.
Yeah.
Ah! 2 for 5.
All right,
Only failing. Miserably.
beer 6. That was, in fact, Red Leg.
Oh,
That was
no.
Red Leg's Sun Dipped Double Dry.
I'm sorry, Red Leg,
Tropical
but
Pale Ale.
Sorry,
That
Red
was
Leg
no bueno.
was not good. Not good at all.
Beer 7, which is the only one left. That's Full Sail's Atomizer, which ironically, you guys crapped all over Full Sail, but Cody, you gave that one, you're still drinking it, you finished it. That was your highest score of the day.
I finished it. So, I mean, it wasn't a 3, right?
Yeah.
So,
So that's what we're talking about, you know? Sometimes you got to fight your first impressions, and that's why we did this one blind, is so that our first impression of each beer, or each brewery, wouldn't affect our judgment of the beers. Usually Full Sail is not something we love.
so what was our highest score combined?
Between the two of you, you guys liked Horse and Dragon the best.
Horse and Dragon. You know what? I have not tasted Horse and Dragon in general.
I've never even heard of them.
No.
It's my first beer by
So-
Horse and Dragon.
So we gotta say Horse and Dragon. You know, mega props. Where are they out of?
Horse and Dragon is out of Fort Collins, and they did a collaboration with Loveland Ale Works for the Zest of Both Worlds Pale Ale with grapefruit.
Nice. I gotta say, Horse and Dragon, mad props. I mean, if that's the highest score between the two of us, and I gotta say that
That's pretty good.
It's still good?
It's
Yeah.
still good. That's good beer.
it still smells good, still tastes good. I like it. Horse and Dragon, mad props. Bell Brothers likes your stuff. That's good beer. That's a good pale ale. Well,
It's
yeah.
the first time I've ever had Horse and Dragon.
Yeah, oh yeah,
And
definitely.
pleasantly surprised. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, they made a good first impression, so let's see if they can keep that going.
Right, we'll have to keep an eye out for them. Look out for Horse and Dragon. This is the first time we've tasted. It's fantastic. I think that's all of our beer reviews.
Yep.
Yep.
This has been Bell Brothers Brewing, engineers talking about beers.
Cheers.